Welcome to Behind the Line, coming to you from the socialist, Marxist lines of Washington State. Today is October 15th, 2020, and today's big news is going to be that the liberal Washington State Supreme Court has struck down the $30 card tab measure known as I976. Apparently they found that it was unconstitutional for violating the single subject rule and inaccurate ballot title rule. So 53% of voters in Washington State favored this measure, and plaintiffs in the lawsuit against it argued that the initiative used seemingly unpopular provisions to gain passage of unpopular ones and mislead voters on the true nature and impact. They also allege it violated a rule stating that local matters should be decided locally rather than on statewide ballot measures, which seems sort of logical that local measures should be decided locally, doesn't it? I mean, and what they're referring to here is the fact that most of this car tab deal goes to pay for the light link in King County. Mostly in King County. It's being expanded to Tacoma, but Tacoma voters don't feel like it's going to benefit them at all. That's why they voted against it. And it's also being expanded to Snohomish County, where they also voted against this measure. And it also goes to pay for Metro Transit, which obviously only benefits people in King County. So I guess my question is, if the rest of us in the state are going to pay for these things for Seattle and King County residents, then maybe they should start paying for my electric bill or my gas bill or my water bill, or, I mean, right? If we're going to be voting for things to benefit people in the city, then maybe they should be helping us pay for stuff out here in the other counties and the rest of Washington State. So as far as this single subject rule goes, those exist to prevent a practice known as log rolling, which occurs when an initiative combines multiple topics that are not necessarily related to each other. And what they cite here is this list of tax and fee reductions, which are repealing of a state statute that allows the imposition of a vehicle fee for a transportation benefit district, King County, repealing of local option motor vehicle excise tax for passenger-only ferry service, King County, repealing of motor vehicle weight fees, and repealing of motorhome weight fees. Well, you can claim that that those topics aren't all part of car tabs. What really, it's a single topic. And the issue I've got with this is, it was Attorney General Bob Ferguson's job not only to defend this when it went to the Supreme Court, which he did not do because he supports all these things going on in King County. He did not support I976. He has a personal beef with the guy that started I976, Tim Eyman. And the biggest issue here is when somebody creates a measure like this and wants to have it put in to the ballot, after they've gathered all the signatures and done all that, they turn it in to the Attorney General's office, and he has to look at that and approve it and decide that it's legal and able to go on the ballot measure. And obviously, the court feels it was not, and he had to have known that. So my guess is old Bob decided to go ahead and let that go on the ballot, knowing that it was not going to be constitutional in the eyes of our liberal court, and that it would not ultimately pass. Look, folks, we have 9 Washington State Supreme Court justices. They ruled unanimously against this 976 lawsuit, against the 976 initiative, I should say. 3 of them are up for re-election, our Supreme Court justices in the state obviously are not lifetime appointments. I would suggest that you vote and let these people know that we're not going to be ignored, and we don't appreciate being ignored, and we don't appreciate them using the bench for political purposes. So Montoya Lewis is up for re-election, and a guy named Dave Larson is running against her, and Whitener is up for re-election, and a guy named Richard Stearns is running against her. Steffens is also up for re-election, but unfortunately she's running unopposed, so looks like she's going to maintain her seat. But get out and vote, folks. It's time to put a stop to this constant taxation that we are put under in this state. And politicians are not listening to us. All right, folks, until next time.